Hey man, okay, I'm gonna go as fast as I can so the video's not huge. Okay, I got a vocal here. This vocal's way in the file, like fucking 20 hours into the file, which makes it a nightmare in Melodyne for zooming because it's stupid unless the file's near the beginning of your track. So I'll take, you don't have to, but sometimes I'll take the whole song and I'll just bring it back to closer to zero. Like this is 31,000 bars. I'll move it by 31, 4, 38. Now it's close to the beginning of the file. Now when I go to region effects, Melodyne, create effects, does its little bounce down. You gotta click it and it'll draw the stuff. Make sure it's monophonic, because if it's not, you can change it here to, you know, whatever you need, polyphonic, whatever, but a vocal's melodic. The zoom's a bit fucked right off the bat. I usually go to the arrow tool and just get it in the ballpark right like that, and then I'll put it to the regular tuning tool and then mess around with this thing. I don't know why it does that. That's annoying. Turns into little blocks there. Anyways, so you zoom in. What I do is I hit the main tuning tool, which is the top one here. There's tuning, there's pitch modulation, which is like stupid vibrato that puts stuff out of tune. The pitch drift, I don't really use it. It's not very good. Anyways, so I put it on here. I select everything. I double click and it just tunes everything to whatever you've got set over here. Now, I don't often use keys. I usually just go into, I go to pitch grid. I'll set it to either no snap or chromatic. No snap's nice because sometimes you want it, you just want to put it in between somewhere because there's a vibrato thing or whatever, a bend. So I hit no snap and it's still smart enough to tune things to the nearest semitone, okay? You can also go in and choose a key and do it that way over here. You can open a scale or create a scale or simply just click on a scale on the side here. But I don't bother doing that. Also something to look at under time grid, turn it off, active. Because time grid is great for making notes different lengths, but if it's on, it stops you from doing anything that's not, you know, a bar long or whatever. It's sort of like a snap feature. Okay, so I tuned everything. Okay, right off the bat, you're not going to hear the audio because I'm on a webcam here.
Take it easy.
Right away I can hear that vibrato is too much and it's pushing it sharp, so I'll go to the modulation tool, make it more subtle, and then put my regular tool back.
Take it easy.
That's better. And often I'll grab, see when this regular tuning thing is selected and this turns into an X, you can adjust the bend between the two notes. And often when you make a change of vibrato, you want to make it bend a little bit. It just sort of puts it back how it was
Take it easy.
during the transition. That sounds fine now. Quickly I'll show you, then there's formant tool. Sometimes if you pitch something too high or too low, it'll change the sound of it, and you can use that to brighten it back up or put it where it should be. I don't need to do that here. Right beside here is the timing thing. Or sorry, this is dynamics. So the top one out of the three is simply volume. Grab it, and you can just do one note at a time. This is new, it's a fading thing, so you grab the edge of the note. Whoops. Sorry, again, the zoom on this program is just retardo. That's better. And for some reason, it stops turning into squares. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to fade something. I just go to the end of it, and look, you can do a little fades now, which is nice. I don't want one there, though. And then the bottom one is the sibilant tool. So if I were just dealing with this one S here, dragging down, removes it, dragging up, keeps only it. So you can either take it right out or keep it. And you can figure out all sorts of different ways to do what you want with that. Like you can separate a track of it, you could just subtle, make one S subtle, if you want to, or do them one at a time. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Uh, this thing, the time tool, is amazing because when you grab something, it grabs the note that it's attached to. So you can really make shit sink into the track the way you want. It's awesome, especially you got 5 vocals and they're going da 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 like busy parts. You can make them all really line up. And the sound quality is quite good. It's really gotten more intuitive and better sounding. Time handle tool, never used that. I guess that's these things. I don't know about that. I'll have to show you that another time. That's just a separator tool. So if often you'll see notes that, like here, this is probably a sort of thing. Let's hear. Okay, that's a bad example because he doesn't really hit a pitch. But sometimes it doesn't track a note. Like here. It's such a bend that I'd take this snipper tool and might cut it here and cut it here. And then I would retune that. And now I can see this goes sharp, so I can fix that, put it back, and then I'll fix these little handles. That's a little bit too much vibrato there. Right? Again, I could be, let's say I wanted that a little bit. Like you could, it's really seamless and amazing sounding. Again, if this time grid is on or active, you can't move anything unless you move it that much, you know what I mean? So you want to turn that off because it's like an annoying snap feature. Fuck, what else is worth telling you about? There's other stuff. There's using more than one track, which is simply, I think you already had that going, so I might not need to show you about that. But if you had 2 tracks and you also did region effects on that, okay, let's do both of them at the same time. Oh, no, I can't. Let me put them both on. So if you do them both at the same time, it'll do 2 tracks. Boom. And boom. Click on them. Then by clicking over here, you can see the 2 different tracks. Let me move these a little differently so they look different. Right? And you can even choose both of them. So I can see both lines now. And I can work on one thing. While I look at the other thing. And that's all done by looking at, you can either have ghost notes where they turn gray like that, or click the main thing to see the real thing. Click them both, hold control to see both of them, all that sort of stuff. There's more features, man, but I'm going to leave it there because that's a good chunk to get you rocking with the thing. Once you're done, you hit bounce to clips, and it removes the melodyne stuff. Or you can leave it on forever. You can leave these clips on and go to new clips and do stuff. It'll remember it. Right? Okay, bye.